You're live, David Doucet, on a Friday afternoon at 5.
Bonjour, monde. I'm trying to find it on here. How do you find it on my phone?
Well, while you're looking for it,
Hello, everybody.
yeah,
I'm
and
just
Susan, tell us how you feel. It must
Hi.
be a strange feeling to test positive for that virus. A full 2 months ago? Is that what it was? When was March?
March is 3 months ago.
That virus. A full 2 months ago? Is that what it was?
Look, Becky Smith is there. I
Becky!
can see y'all today. I have y'all on the thing. How y'all doing? So that's Susan from Minnesota, you said?
Yep.
Susan from Minnesota, if you're out there, sorry, we heard that you had tested positive.
And worrying about lingering effects.
I'm worrying about lingering effects. Take care of yourself. Do what your doctors say, please. It's a crazy time out there. It doesn't get any better.
Which is why I'm popping the champagne early.
We're popping the champagne. We're going with it today.
There you go.
Once again, thank y'all for coming out to the, yeah, it is Friday, Jay. Look at that. Salut! We just popped Prosecco. It is the week of Bastille Day, so we just popped some bubbly, and I'm gonna have an Aperol Spritz. How about that? That's a red drink too.
Yeah.
And once again, a shout out to WWOZ, wwoz.org, for publishing all these weekly, for everybody, the weekly
virtual
live
online concert.
virtual online concerts, as well as offbeat.com, which does the same, as well as the Gambit and other places. It's really cool. It looks to me that we're going to be doing this for quite a while. Things are kind of weird out there, so I saw that Louisiana had a bucket load of new cases, positive cases. The state, New Orleans, had a little over 100. I don't know where y'all watching from, but we pay attention to this all the time, and we get bombarded with texts. It is Bastille Day. Well, no, it's not. It was 3 days ago, but it's our Bastille Day. I noticed when I was walking Butternut this afternoon.
Joyeux 14 juillet.
Joyeux 14 juillet.
There you go.
I was walking Butternut and noticed all the French flags on the street, and I said, I wonder what's going on. The people have been celebrating, so that's pretty cool. Once again, wear your masks. You know, I don't care what you think about it, but I tell you what, it is effective. I was at the Turo Hospital Infirmary yesterday. We were at a doctor's appointment. I went to visit my friends at the Wellness Center. You know what they said? Wear the goddamn masks, okay? It makes a big difference.
Well, and what's another word for mask?
What is another word for mask?
Face coverings.
A face covering.
Don't forget,
Look.
face covering means mask.
Look at this one. You see, look, it's designed. I have a cello, a fiddle on my face with some drums and some other instruments. You know, have fun with the damn thing. Gee whiz.
Campari and
Thank you.
Guittari.
You might save a life. Okay.
The Aperol's coming later.
Aperol's coming a little bit.
Well,
So
maybe
the other part is, of course, Dee Dee sent out a little circular a while ago with my ukulele. That we're a big shout out to the fragile places on the planet. People in Hawaii, my friends out there, people in Ireland, people in Brittany, places that maybe might be a little harder to get to. We don't quite know how they're doing, and hopefully they're doing quite well. With that being said, I got a ton of requests, and a lot of French ones, but I'm seeing that. Hello, Johnny Pocasad.
Yay, Polka!
So here we go. We're going to start off with the one we always start off with is You Are My Sunshine. There are brighter days ahead, I promise you. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine dear, as I lay sleeping, I dreamt I held you in my arms. Oh. When I woke, dear, I was mistaken, so I hung my head and cried. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. I'll always love you and make you happy if you will only say the same. But if you leave me to love another, you'll regret it all one day. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. One more time. Please don't take my sunshine away. Oh, please don't take my sunshine away. All right.
Yeah. Thanks, Governor Edwards. Hanging in there with the information. The Aperol spritzes are ready, everybody.
All righty.
So,
Hello, Susan Brady. Hello, Doug. You're back. Missed you.
love the photographs of your jewelry. For those of you who don't know, everybody on here can do very, very interesting things. And one of our friends, Doug Stutz, has a sliding Delta studio. And he sells handmade silver jewelry. Please check it out. It's they're really quite beautiful. Hello, Doug. Hey, Jeff. God, you remember what Jeff's request was last week? Did you write it down?
Jeff, what
Travail?
was it? Travailler? Was it? Let's see. What did you? I wrote them all down.
Was it Travail, Jeff? Let us know again. I wasn't in charge of David's list this week.
I threw a ton. Oh no, that one you call Rev. I don't know what that one is. Oh yeah, look, it's I'm looking at the list here.
And Becky Smith, while David is drifting off into his list, we want you to know we do have a Bromart story for you. The buffet is open. You can get New Orleans style macaroni and cheese. However, David said the way that they were loading up their plates, it won't last forever. Susan, best wishes to you. Keep us in touch. Charles, keep those sunset pictures coming. And Jean Bertrand, I can't believe you got chickens too. You've got everything. Besides, Susan, how's Shreveport doing?
It's great to know y'all out there.
Absolutely, it is. It's great to know anybody's out there. It's like a twilight zone.
It really is. I noticed since they've shut the bars down, I walked Butternut night before last. We went the long way, which is to go up to Britannia Street between us and the Turo Infirmary. And man, there was not a car, not one car in a 20-minute walk on Britannia. So it's pretty quiet out there. It's back like what it was back earlier in late March and in April when things started to shut down. So anyway, I hope that the internet connection is good enough, and I'm looking at my picture. It looks all right, I think. And I have a bunch of stuff. The first thing I'm going to play is this, because it's Bastille Day. This makes me think of French, although French and France, although the two are totally unrelated. This is a children's song, It's called J'ai fait tout le tour de Grand Bois, which means I went to the big woods. And the reason why I went to the big woods was on the way to go to his girlfriend's house. But his girlfriend's parents didn't like him, so much so that the mother sicked the dogs on him because he didn't have any money.
Classic French children's story.
Yeah, so that's what made me think of
Right.
that. So
they're not starving; they're sicking the dogs on.
someone said a John Prine. Well, I need to work on some John Prine. I'm sorry.
We were supposed to do the back door.
I don't know.
Maybe you can wing it. Played it once. I heard you upstairs.
We played it once on the radio.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is one that Dee Dee likes to hum and sing. It's a good one. J'ai fait tout le tour de Grand Bois. J'ai fait tout le tour de Grand Bois avec ma jug à pommeau, mon petit cheval blond de blessé et mes couillottes rapiécées. Comment tu veux je t'avoir du resto pour de Grand Bois? Comment tu veux je te marie? J'ai rien qu'un paire de souliers. Et mes couillottes rapiécées. Comment tu veux je t'avoir? Ta mère met des chaînes derrière moi. Comment tu veux je te marie? J'ai rien dit sur mon dos. Comment tu veux je t'avoir? Ta mère met des chaînes derrière moi. Comment tu veux je te marie? J'ai rien mis sur mon nom. J'ai fait tout le tour de Grand Bois avec ma jug à pommeau, mon petit cheval blond de blessé, mes couillottes rapiécées. Comment tu veux je t'avoir? Tu restes pas de Grand Bois. Comment tu veux je te marie? J'ai rien dit sur mon nom. J'ai fait tout le tour de Grand Bois avec ma jug à pommeau, mon petit cheval blond de blessé, mes couillottes rapiécées. That's a good tune. It's fun to sing that. Let's get this off of here. Yes. Because I think if there's a connection problem, it's on my end. I got too many things sucking out the internet.
Are
right
people
now.
letting you know there is?
I saw that a while ago. Susan's having trouble.
Is she?
Yes. Okay.
Well, let us know. Say you can see it on yours. I just can't see
I
it on
just
mine.
turned it off.
Okay.
All right. So let me get in tune here because I'm going to start doing some requests. Let's see. One of y'all asked for Travailler c'est trop dur last week. So let me get in tune.
I'm tinkling my ice, so they'll have something to listen to. Dogs are going crazy.
Travailler c'est trop dur translates that working is too hard, and the next line is, but stealing is no good. And it's a song we learned from a guy named Cesar Vincent, or Vincent, how we say it in Louisiana. And I do another of his songs, but This one is an old time one that Beausoleil has been playing since the first album. I think we must have recorded it about 4 or 5 times over the years. Let me get up in tune.
Hey Eric, happy Friday.
And I don't know if you can see it on the screen or not, but if you decide if you're inclined to leave a tip, I'd appreciate it. An amenity. The address is up there, the PayPal as well as the Venmo. Like I said earlier, it's such a weird time that we don't know what's happening, and so we're gonna see how long we're gonna be doing this. Anyway, travailler, c'est trop dur. Let's see. Yes, ma'am. You're waving. So the song is about a guy who he decides to leave his wife. He's going down the street, but the problem is we come from such small places that everybody knows who you are. So as he's going down the road, all these people say, "Hey man, where are you going? Your wife's back at home." So he realizes that he has to go back home. Now, one thing about Cesar Vincent, he was a little odd and his stories are a little strange. So that being said, we're gonna go for the music. Get this right? Travailler, c'est trop dur. The most important ingredient was forgotten. See, I haven't played this in a while, have I? Ah! We got to put the other capo on, my friends. Sometimes you get hoisted on your own petard. There we go. Travailler. Et travailler, c'est trop dur, et voler, c'est pas beau. Mon la charité, c'est quelque chose pour enfin. À chaque jour de ma vie, on demande quoi je vais. Je dis ce vie, c'est l'amour, et j'espère vivre bien. Et je fais mon idée, et je quitte mon bébé, et je prends mon curseur, et je selle mon cheval, et je monte sur le chemin, et je prends mon violon, et je prends mon archer, et je joue la belle valse. Travailler c'est trop dur, et voler c'est pas beau. C'est quelque chose pour faire. À chaque jour de ma vie, on demande de quoi je vais. Je dis je vais sur l'amour et j'espère de vivre bien. semaine passe, à chaque fille que me joint, elle demande, mais où tu vas? Chaque fille que me joint, elle demande, mais où tu vas? Je dis à grand guédon, et parce ma belle à m'embêter. Travailler c'est trop dur, et voler c'est pas beau. Et manger la charité, c'est quelque chose pour à faire. À chaque jour de ma vie, on demande de quoi je vais. Je lui serai sur l'amour, et j'espère de vivre vieux. Je lui serai sur l'amour, et j'espère de vivre vieux. Travailler, c'est trop dur. A request, one of many, that deserves a wet drink.
Or just a cold drink. Or
A cold drink. By the way, we talked to Al Thorpe last week. I think it was last week.
up in Virginia.
He's up in Virginia. He's doing well. He's not sick. He's lonesome to come back home, but he's still worried about all the COVID that we got. So I'm not quite sure what his plans are. We were talking about some things, and I think he has been playing a couple of gigs with some friends of his up there. So he is well. Someone had asked a couple of weeks ago, so now we all know. Pass it along. Al Tharp is okay.
You got lots of claps on your song. Jeff and Jay and Susan all like it.
Jeff, I think that's the one that you requested, but I'm not absolutely certain. Okay?
And Charles Ward.
Charles is out there.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Someone asked for... Is JC out there today?
I haven't seen JC's name yet.
Okay, we're going to do Jean's request.
What, Jean Bertrand?
Jean Bertrand. I might have to do the doubles where I explain what I'm doing, what it means. This is a song that make it a little bigger.
Yeah, JC's here.
Hello, JC. I have to put in dadgum tuning. Dadgad. Jean is a big fan. Jean Bertrand, who plays in the Pine Leaf Boys, is a big fan of the ballads of Cajun music. And most of the ballads, the slow tunes, the non-commercial songs, are in minor keys. And this is one that maybe if he's listening, he can let people know who actually recorded this, because I cannot remember. I do know it's two guys, and they must have been taught from the same person. They sing it in unison. It's got 1,000 verses, and the song is called Je mariai un ouvrier. I married a carpenter. And the song is about a woman who gets wooed away from her regular home life and child by an old love, a rich person. About halfway across, they have a voyage to take on a boat, halfway across wherever they're going. She changes her mind and wants to go back home. And he says, the guy tells her, you can't, it's past the point of no return. We can't go home. So she says, fine, a curse on this boat I have, and hope we sink and I'll die. It does happen. Which tells you that it's not really a Cajun song.
Why?
Because people never die in Cajun songs. You die of broken hearts. You die of these things, but you don't wish a boat goes down. So after this one, I may play Doc Watson's version of it, which is called A House Carpenter. So we'll see.
People don't die in Cajun songs.
No!
That's
Life's
right.
too short. Laissez les bon temps rouler! I do have a short story about that, though. The other night Dee Dee's learning Irish, okay? So she's learning this pronunciation and she's got the grammar down and a lot of the stuff, but a lot of it, and the vocabulary she's building and all this. So I was sitting on the couch downstairs. Oh, it was late. It was like 1 o'clock in the morning. I don't know. And I was playing harmonica because I practice the harmonica a lot with the guitar to make sure that I don't speed up and stuff like that and play right notes and play bad notes, whatever. And I got on a roll. I played 5 songs in a row, and she texted me, says, you know, I can't really do my work. It's too much fun to listen to you do this stuff. I ended up with a song called Appaloosa Sostam, which is, I may have to play it someday for you guys. When I was in 8th grade, this was a big hit in Louisiana, and where I come from, in Lafayette. So I had a lot of fun playing. It was fun to do that, but I didn't want to really upset her studies with Irish because she's been really working hard. If you look at her, Dee Dee's post, Cordelia Ann Gale.
Yeah, but I think I mispronounced it anyway. I tried though. I mean, it's all about trying, and we are concerned about our friends in Ireland. Apparently, American tourists are going and skipping quarantine, and it's making them sick again. And same thing with our friends in Hawaii, who we're truly concerned about for the very same reason.
Yeah,
So,
I have COVID, so I think I'll just go travel somewhere.
just go
Let's see if I can go in.
7,000 miles away. And okay, you're getting this is great. So they don't die; they pass out. That's a good idea. Cajuns don't
like they
die.
pass out.
Yeah, you're right. Okay.
Oh yeah. Also, by the way, you know, Beausoleil, we're still together as a band. We haven't played a gig since the Friday or Saturday after Mardi Gras. We played in Minneapolis. It was our last gig, believe it or not. And so we've been all, you know, social distancing and everything. And one of our members, Chad, our accordion player, he tested positive. So, but he's lucky. What?
And we're hoping that that's okay to tell everybody.
He's told everybody.
Okay.
Chad, if y'all have seen Beausoleil with Chad, he is our resident PhD. He's a chemist and he's a scientist. So he has been very, very proactive in pointing out the practical and also important details of all this, what's going on right now.
For all of you, the way he just blew into that, Chad's at home quarantining. He's not in a hospital.
He's not traveling to Ireland.
He's not traveling to Ireland or Hawaii. And so send him your good wishes, your virtual good wishes. And
he would appreciate it.
We're hoping that it's just going to stay mild. And also the same with Susan. The same with any of you who have friends suffering from this. So
mild is good. If you have to have it,
mild is better than whatever.
So, that being said, sorry, Chad, if you're listening, but I couldn't help it because, you know...
Because he's a motor mouth and he's a Cajun.
I'm a motor mouth and a Cajun, but also there's another fellow that I know that is he's a yard cleaner man, you know, yardman. And I was talking to him last Friday, and he didn't come today to our neighbor's house, and I was wondering if he was worried that he said 8 friends of his had passed away, and he had another 10 or 15 that were sick. And I hope that Mr. Benny is all right. It's weird not to see him come cut the grass, but it is hotter than hell outside. So he's probably
maybe his wife kept him home.
His wife might have kept him home.
I hope
So this song is for you, Jean Bertrand, and I'll probably play the English version afterwards, or maybe later, or maybe I won't. It's called Je mariai un ouvrier. I married a carpenter, also known as the house carpenter. Sorry, y'all. I'm kind of detached today. I don't know why. Je mariais un ouvrier, moi qui étais ses valente fille, mais c'était de me dispenser son attrape et repos. Mais quittons l'ouvrir, reviens-t'en donc, c'est avec moi. Oh, viens-t'en donc, c'est avec moi, dessous les cordes de Tennessee. Dessous la corde de Tennessee, quastore peut me entretenir, quastore peut me entretenir, dessous la corde de Tennessee. c'est nos gros navires qui naviguent sous l'eau. Et soi-disant, je peux t'opposer de travailler. Au bout de 3 jours, 3 semaines, oh la belle se met à pleurer sans lui de la famille. De plus donc pas la belle, j'achèterai une robe de soie jaune, qu'elle soit mais la couleur de l'or et de l'argent. Je ne pleure pas ton or, ni ton argent, mais je pleure ma famille que je laissais là-bas. Je t'ai pas tout dit la belle, et comment te montre qu'elle est. Oh, io l'ai calé, ça plus jamais ressourde. Sur la corde de Tennessee, t'embrasserai ton cher et petit bébé. Oh, t'embrasserai, à plus jamais revoir. Je mariais un ouvrier, moi qui étais ses valente fille, mais c'était de me dispenser sans attraper de pro. Marié un ouvrier. All right. Do y'all want to hear the English version of that? Do you want to hear the English version of that?
Yeah.
Okay. It kind of helps because you know what's interesting about the song, and I'll tune up my guitar, is that you know that the French version I just sang comes from another version, probably translated from the English. And when I say the English version, this could be a European English like England English or American. The interesting thing is that both songs are in a minor, and when the woman speaks, it's one part, and when the guy's talking, it's another part. So it's got 2 parts, and it shares some very deep similarities. The boat trip, the sinking trip, in the French version that I have, she doesn't say a curse to the ship, but you sense her, you can sense it in the song because he asks her if, she starts to cry, says, I can give you all the gold in the world. And she says, that's not really why I'm crying. I'm crying because now I really miss my child and my family, and I shouldn't have done this. And he says, too late, we can't turn around. So it's sad, and in the English version, you kind of get a different feel. It's a little more strident and about the same story. So I'll play it. Sometimes I like to put these together, just like there's another one, there's a restaurant song, I like to put the English version and the French version together so you can hear them, how things come down, how they change.
The one who curses is probably originally an Irish lady.
Could have been.
They've got great curses.
But I am not an ethnomusicologist, so I don't know this stuff.
And you're not learning Irish.
And I'm not learning Irish, so there you go. Let's see.
It's like climbing a glass mountain.
It's. Let's see. Doc Watson. House Carpenter Doc Watson. There we go. And it's got a lot of verses, but once again, it's similar in how it's structured. Okay, let's see if I can read this.
Is that the dryer?
Yeah, that is the dryer. I'm cleaning my mask.
Yeah, welcome to the house.
I'll send a free
Thanks,
CD,
JC.
a free CD to anybody that sees anything different in that picture that you're looking at right now. I didn't say what kind of CD. I'll send you a free CD. We've met, my own true love. We've met, said he. I've just returned from the salt, salt sea, and it's all for the love of thee. I could have married the king's daughter fair, and she would have married me. But I've forsaken her crown of gold, and it's all for the love of thee. Come in, my own true love. Come in, she said to him. For it's been 3/4 of a long, long year since together we have been. No, I can't come in, no, I can't sit down, for I have but a moment's time. And they say that you're married to a house carpenter, and your heart will never be mine. Will you come with me, my own true love? Oh, come with me, said he. And I'll take you to where the grass grows green on the banks of Bittery. Then she picked up her sweet lily babe, and kisses she gave me 3, saying, stay at home, my darling little babe, and keep your papa company. Jumped on a milk-white steed, and her on a dapple gray. They rode until they came to the banks of a sea, then hours before the break of day. They and I'd been on the ship 2 weeks, I'm sure it was not 3, until his true love began to weep and to mourn, and she wept most bitterly. Oh, is it for my silver that you weep, or is it for my store? Or is it for that house carpenter whose face you'll never see no more? It's neither for your silver that I weep, and neither for your store, but it's all for the sake of my sweet little babe, whose face I'll never see no more. Then a curse to the sailor, she cried. A curse, she swore. You robbed me of my house carpenter, whose face I'll never see no more. They had not been on the ship 3 weeks, I'm sure it was not 4, till they sprang a leak in the bottom of the ship, and it sank for to sail no more.
Very nice.
Bitter stories.
I like bitter stories.
Ooh.
It's like Campari. Campari stories.
It is like a Campari story, and I'm going to have a taste.
Got a little Campari right now, huh?
Why not? So let's look at my list here. What I've got. Someone wanted. No, okay, I just did a 2-step kind of sound.
The first entry in the CD contest is Angela Keller, saying that she always checks the wine rack to see how much wine we've had. That's not actually representative of how much wine we're drinking.
No, it's not. But it's a good choice. Good choice.
Paulette Doucet Provo also says she likes to check the wine rack every Friday, and it's nice that y'all are looking out for us. I thought maybe somebody was going to say how much was in the Campari bottle, because it does actually go up and down.
You should see the counter over there.
The counter is no longer used actually for the counter. It's basically just an alcohol holder. From here, it really does look like an alcohol holder.
Okay, this is another request.
And thing, yes, of course, all steeds have milk white, whatever. What? Never ecru or eggshell, or as a neighbor of mine says, French white. No, what was it? Linen white.
What?
Different colors of white.
Oh,
Arab skin, linen white.
Someone asked for this one last week, and I'll. It's called La Vaza Pop. Pop's Waltz. This is a song I learned from Dennis McGee. Open G tuning. G Wahine tuning if you're play slack key. All right. La Vaza Pop, Pop's Waltz. Moi je me l'ai, moi tout seul, lâché par toi, c'est pour moi la chair jolie cœur. J'ai fait l'amour dans la galerie, je sais pas. J'ai fait l'amour avec le seul que mon désir. Cet après-midi, je retournais à chez Pop, c'est pour moi la chair jolie cœur. J'ai fait l'amour dans la galerie à chez Pop, j'ai fait l'amour avec le seul commande That's Pop's Waltz.
Yeah,
That's a nice tune.
this is a nice tune.
All right, let's see. Someone wanted Vasco. Yeah, I can't play 2 waltzes, but I can do this one. Someone wanted the Voyage au Mariage.
That's right.
I like to call this the my sardine song. This is a song about a guy that wants to go visit his girl. He lives in Louisiana, she lives in Texas. He doesn't have much money, so he has to thumb a ride. He doesn't have enough money to buy a decent meal. All he has enough to buy is a can of sardines and a half a loaf of bread. And he's hitching his way.
It's like hurricane food.
Exactly. It takes him 2 days to get there, so I would think that, and that's all he has to eat, so he has to save half for tomorrow. And Al loves to comment on, well, those sardines must have been really ripe the second day, especially on a hot day like this. So it's called My True Love, believe it or not. And we always ponder, wonder why we call it. Is it because we love sardines? No, he actually is. When he finally gets to Texas, he sees his girl and he asks her to marry him and she says yes. So it's a happy story.
Oh, the sardines are just a red herring.
I don't know why.
That was horrible. I'm going to get another drink. I clearly need another drink.
That was perfect, Dee Dee. Anyway, it was done by the Dennis McGee recorded a version of this back in the 20s, late 20s, early 30s, and also much later, the Balfour Brothers recorded the version that everybody knows. One of the most interesting parts about this song that is the enigma of this tune is it's got 2 parts. It's got a first part and a second part, okay? The second part you call it a bridge if you want. But there's no 2 people, there are no 2 people who play the second part exactly the same, even though they swear they play it the exact same way. So there's the singing version, and then there's the playing version, and if you're playing accordion, or if you're playing fiddle, or steel guitar, or guitar, or humming it, they're not the same of the second parts of the song. So it can throw people that aren't familiar with your music completely out of time. It's almost a tricky song. It's a trick song. So here we go. My True Love. Request. All right.
J'ai des nouvelles ma belle, j'étais là-bas au Texas. J'ai passé par UNESCO, moi je l'achetais 25 sous. J'arrivais dans ma île, j'ai acheté une canne de sardines. C'est pour faire mon voyage d'ici là-bas au Texas. Quand j'arrivais à la chance, moi j'ai mangé la moitié, bébé. J'ai quitté la moitié, c'était de mon déjeuner. nouvelles de ma belle, j'étais là-bas au Texas. J'ai passé par Yanis comme moi je l'achetais à 25 sous. J'arrivais à Basile, j'achetais un can de sardines. C'est pour faire un grand voyage d'ici là-bas au Texas. Quand j'arrivais à la chose, moi j'ai mangé la moitié. J'ai quitté la moitié, c'était vraiment mon déjeuner. Quand j'arrivais chez ma belle, que la rue mange t'es dû. Ça c'est des amitiés, ça va jamais oublier. Elle a mes préférés, elle avec le long dans ses yeux. Elle m'a dit, mes chers, venez, sauvez-moi juste pour me marier.
True love, huh?
My True Love.
Woo! A video cut out for Jay Framson. Everybody check. Let me know. Up Smith too. Why today? Because it's just
I
today.
don't know, I'm looking. I see it's blinking, blinking, blinking.
All right. Well, let's sit for a second. You think we should restart it?
No, we'll lose everybody.
I don't want to lose anybody. We've had some trouble in this neighborhood, everybody. I don't know. For those of you who aren't in New Orleans, we had a complete 22,000 houses have shut down last week. Apparently somebody ran into the power station, which is not unusual here. People are always running into things. But ever since then, the internet and different kinds of brownout things have been happening. Jean said it hasn't cut out in the country.
All right, Jean.
All right, Jean.
All right, then.
Thank you, JC. Thank you, Charles. Thanks, every one of you. It means so much. Because we have no idea what this looks like. So,
All right.
except for the wine and the Campari and the, and the...
This is a request
Thanks, Jeff.
for a very good friend, my cousin, Miss Christiane Doucet, Miss Geisler, whose brother died very recently, but this was the song that he liked, and she likes it too. It's called Chatouche Bleu. No, Tige Noir. Chatouche Noir. Pretty black eyes, dark eyes. Not black eyes, dark eyes. But
This is Calvin Fall's favorite song.
it's a good song.
It is a good song. It's a
Calvin,
great
if you're
song.
out there, this is for you, my friend.
Thanks, Smith. All right, Suzette, welcome.
Ah, ce matin, j'étais assis sur mon lit, après rêver avec un cœur aussi cassé. Parce que j'avais rêvé à mes châtiges noirs, qui à partir ne va jamais revenir. l'après-midi, j'étais assis sur ma galerie, après guetter le soleil après se coucher. Et je m'ennuie et je t'adore, ma chère tige noire, qui à partir ne va jamais revenir.
Not to love that, right? That's such a nice song.
That's a good tune. All right, y'all. Let's see. What, you got some comments over there?
Smith is in his car on his way up to Memphis, and you know how when we worked at the bookstore and people would come in and say, I know it's red, like it's a red book, and like the author's name is like real long, and we just stand there not knowing what to do. So Smith suggested that you play that really fun song with the words and all. For that, you should play an instrumental.
I will.
Suzette just joined us. That's great. Welcome. Please send your comments about the CD contest. The CD contest is what's different in David's picture this week. Also, we are doing a special dedication to all the fragile places on Earth, Ireland and Hawaii, and places that getting this virus can be truly, truly disastrous. Whereas America, of course, is disastrous, but for a whole different reason. Also to the Florida Keys, Sarah and Andy Davidson down there. Smith, you've totally got me. I love it. I love it. Where are we gonna go, David? We're gonna do some Louisiana French, or we're gonna do?
Request.
What are we gonna? Yeah, you got another one?
This is a request. This one is called, I assume this is the right one. I'm going to play two songs back to back because I'm not quite sure if this is the right one. They're just like Vase Cajun. I think Vase Cajun is one that I put on my first record, which was called Quand j'ai parti. Vase Cajun is also known as the Midnight Waltz, I think. I just didn't know the name of it then. I still don't know the name of it now, to tell you the truth. It's a sweet waltz. I learned this arrangement, not the tuning though, but the arrangement from Roger Mason. That's the right chord. It doesn't matter. I don't have to play it on that. It's a lovely little song. If you listen real carefully and you know the music, you might recognize that it sounds very similar to either Buffalo Gals or Scott Playboy Special or the Vieille Crowley two-step by Doc Guidry. It's basically a waltz of the same song is what it is. I don't know which came first. Anyway, the turn is different, if that means anything. La base Cajun.
That's pretty nice.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I like it.
We've got some entries in the CD contest.
What you got?
It's an interesting comment. There is no cognac. The thing about the cognac is that we finally got hot in New Orleans, and once it crosses 98 to 101, somehow the cognac doesn't work quite so well. Although, to be honest with you,
When does cognac not work?
when is cognac not? Exactly. The other thing is the bottle of Campari. It does have less in it, but
Y'all are great.
yeah. The
Observant.
bottle of Campari does have. You're absolutely right. It does have less in it.
Where's Ed? Ed's not here?
Ed, I don't know if Ed's here.
got the clue, man.
And so Smith says he was thinking it was the level in the Campari bottle, but David has something else in mind. This is his contest, by the way. I'm not much of a trickster. I always either forget the answer or think someone else's answer was better than my original one, so I just give up. So, but it is a great song, Smith, and I hope that you. I hope that's the fun one. It just doesn't have any words at all.
This is one called the 50 Cent song. The long story about this I'm not going to get into. Too many years and dates for Becky Smith. And,
No, she loves
yeah, but I can't remember.
78, 88, 40, 38.
The actual origin of the song came from a poem that was written at the turn of the century. That was the 19th to the 20th century. And the guy liked the poem so much he had them read it at his grave when he was buried. So it's a song about it's about a guy who goes to a restaurant with not quite enough money in his pocket. He has a date, and she decides to eat everything off the menu instead of the cheap menu. And instead of getting washing dishes duty, he gets beat up pretty badly. And I may play the English version of this after this one to show that some of these songs, they have derivatives. They come from other, or stolen from somewhere. This arrangement I picked up myself. It's in G major 7th tuning, if you like that. The song is called La Chanson de 50 sous. If I had 50 cents. Maybe I might need another one. La Chanson de 50 sous. 50 cents.
Moi, ma belle, on était au bar. C'était un samedi soir. Moi, ma belle, on était au bar. C'était un samedi soir. À revenu, mais lendemain matin au jour. À revenu, mais lendemain matin au jour. Je lui ai demandé si elle n'avait pas faim pour manger quelque chose. Je lui ai demandé si elle n'avait pas faim pour manger quelque chose. Elle m'a dit si elle n'avait pas beaucoup faim, mais elle aurait mangé quand même. Elle m'a dit si elle n'est pas beaucoup faim, mais elle aurait mangé quand même. Moi je croyais elle aurait donné un petit lunch de 15 sous. Moi je croyais elle aurait donné un petit lunch de 15 sous. Elle a donné un poulard rôti et une demi-douzaine de huîtres. Elle a donné un poulard rôti et une demi-douzaine de huîtres. Moi j'ai mis mon 50 sous dessus le comptoir. Moi j'ai mis mon 50 sous dessus le comptoir. j'ai mis mon 50 sous dessus le comptoir. Moi j'ai mis mon 50 sous dessus le comptoir. Ah mais mes massacré dans un coup de pied, on m'a tiré dans la fenêtre. Massacré dans un coup de pied, on m'a tiré dans la rue. Prenez un conseil de moi, tous les jeunes petits bouts, n'allez jamais dans un restaurant avec 50 sur ton amour.
So which one? I think the food in the French one is better than the food in the American one.
I agree.
I think the food in the American was disgusting.
So maybe I shouldn't play it.
No, go ahead, because everybody needs to. I mean, it's a good song, especially for happy hour, because everybody's gonna have supper. They'll be thinking about, what was it? She got an oyster pie. This one, and the American one. The American one just really eats a lot. She eats a lot of dessert too. Is there any dessert in the French one? No, there's no dessert. But there's roast chicken and oysters, and that's such a great combination.
It is.
Yeah. You still have to run out the back door no matter what.
That's right. That is absolutely true. All right, let me get the tune. We'll play the other version. As I've said before, Ricky Skaggs made a version of this. Too bad it sounds like a hymn. Ouch. Sorry.
Ouch.
I think it needs to be done more tongue-in-cheek. Anyway, the song in English is called If I Had But 50 Cents. I Had But 50 Cents. My version comes from a singer that played with Doc Watson sometimes. His name was Clint Howard. And I think he does it in D. We're going to see if that's the right one. There's not much playing in the song, it's just mainly singing. So let's see if I can find Had But 50 Cents, Clint Howard. All right. My girl to a fancy ball, it was a social hall. We stayed all night till the break of daylight, waiting for the music to stop. And to a restaurant we went to buy us all a plate. She said she wasn't hungry, but this is what she ate. A dozen raw, a plate of slaw, chicken and a roast, some applesauce and asparagus and soft-shell crabs on toast. A big barbecue and crackers too. Her appetite was immense. When she called for pie, I thought I'd die, for I just had 50 cents.
Well, you bet I wasn't hungry, I didn't care to eat. But I got money in my jeans, I know she's hard to beat. I said if she'd spend the time, she sure did break the bank. And then she said she wasn't thirsty, but this is what she drank. Y'all ready? A whiskey skin, a glass of gin, made me shake with fear. A ginger pop with rum on top and a scooter then a beer. A glass of ale, a gin cocktail, she should have had more sense. When she called for more, I fell on the floor, but I had but 50 cents. Of course I wasn't thirsty, I didn't care to drink, expecting every moment to be kicked out on the street. She said she'd bring her friends around someday and we'd have fun. And then I showed the man my 50 cents, here's what he'd done. He tore my clothes, he smashed my nose, he hit me in the jaw. He grabbed me by the collar and he threw me in the hall. And then he caught me where my pants is loose. Ooh, he threw me through the fence.
Wow.
Take my advice, don't try it twice if you just got 50 cents. It's a little more violent.
It is a little bit violent. We have a winner.
Oh.
Susan has figured out that David did indeed change out the Staatsoper posters. For a very, very long time, it's had Der Rosenkavalier up there. And today he moved it to Zauberflotte. So, Susan, we're going to send you a CD. And Becky, we're going to send you a CD just because that was such a great ass comment. Some of the magic's gone out of the flute. So yeah, we're gonna try to make it edgy. We're thinking about doing some different stuff in the basket on the wall, even though it's a little hard to see because of the reflection from the light. But we hope to have some. We took this online teaching course over with Cambridge. And one of the things that they said about living virtually is that people are trying to do their same lives virtually, and it doesn't work. Everybody needs to be involved. In real life, mostly someone talks all the time and someone listens. And in this case, we want to make sure that everybody's got a chance to do something. We all can't play guitar like David or sing. But we can have some fun with each other. So Susan, we're gonna get you all your stuff, your vitals. We'll find you a CD. I gotta tell you something. My hot recommendation, of course, is Cameron Dupuy and his dad Michael's CD. But if you want a David Doucet one, we'll dig something up for you. Okay, babe? Congratulations.
That's pretty cool.
We had the pink drink contest, and then we had to count the wine bottles on the wine rack, and now we have the posters on the wall.
You just never know what you might
So
say.
we're gonna we got some people itching for some American music, man. So
Well,
maybe blues are important
I'm gonna play
now
one for Tammy.
since everybody's got one. Oh yeah.
This is from my friend Tammy Harris, bartender Tammy Harris. And if you happen to live in New Orleans and you're not doing anything tomorrow, I think they're having the Kingpin Bar is having a car wash. And
Studs and studs.
And I saw that a 6-pack of beer costs $6 domestics, and if you got a 6-pack of premium beers, it's $12. I don't know what else their other specials are.
We send them to Kingpin. They have a Facebook page,
They have
right?
a Facebook page, the
Kingpin.
Kingpin.
So go check them out. I think they're always doing something charitable. So if you're in New Orleans looking for something to do, JC, come on down there and get your car washed. Exactly. I loved those when I was a kid.
All right, Tammy.
pallet on your floor. Oh, make me down a pallet on your floor. Make me a pallet down soft and low. Make me a pallet on your floor. I'm a-going up the country about 40 miles or more. Going up the country where's the cold sleet and snow. I'm going up the country where's the cold sleet and snow. Ain't no telling how much further I may go. Oh, now make me down a pallet on your floor. Oh, make me down a pallet on your floor. Make me a pallet down soft and low. Make me a pallet on your floor. Now the way I'm sleeping, my back and shoulders tired. All the way I'm sleeping, my back and shoulders tired. The way I'm asleep in my back and shoulders tired. Gonna turn over, try it on the side. Oh, make me down a pallet on your floor. Oh, make me down a pallet on your floor. Make me a pallet down soft and low. Make me a pallet on your floor. Let's clap fingers. Don't you let my good girl catch you here. Oh, don't you let my good girl catch you here. 'Cause she just might shoot you like a cutting stalk you do. Ain't no telling just what she might do. Oh, make me down a pallet on your floor. Make me down a pallet on your floor. Make me a pallet down soft and low. Make me a pallet on your floor. Oh, make it, baby, close behind the door. Oh, make it, baby, close behind the door. Make me a pallet, close behind the door, and make it where your good man will never go. Oh, make me down a pallet on your floor. Oh, make me down a pallet on your floor. Make me a pallet, oh, down soft and low. Make me a pallet on your floor. Make me a pallet down soft and low. Make me a pallet on your floor. All right.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing matter with that tune.
Not a thing.
All right. Let's see here. Since we're going to do the Tammy people.
Oh, and Suzette, while he's transitioning here, yeah, he does You Are My Sunshine. We start the whole Friday afternoon happy hour with You Are My Sunshine. So please come back next Friday. We start around 5, and we'll play You Are My Sunshine for you. We do
Actually,
it. You don't do it in French, right? You just do it in
I used to. Actually, I repost these.
I like because it's unique et sole.
More unique.
It just went down. Oh, it's back.
Actually, I repost the shows always,
That's
as
true.
well as on YouTube. For your friends who don't have Facebook or don't want to do Facebook because of the divisiveness in the world, and go to YouTube. And it's David Doucet is you just look for it, and it's all listed there. And if you subscribe, you'll notice when there's a new one. So I usually upload them either Friday night or Saturday mornings. And of course, all the tipping stuff is all there too. So if you feel like tipping.
And if you want to hear You Are My Sunshine, you can go to YouTube, David Doucet, and every one of the shows starts off with it, so you're sure to find it. It's not buried somewhere. Hey, Philip, how's North Carolina? If he's in North Carolina.
Out to Cato. Now I never will forget that floating bridge. Oh, I never will forget that floating bridge. Now I never will forget that old floating bridge. Tell me 5 minutes underwater I was here. When I was going down, my hand. Now when I was going down, I throwed up my hands. Now when I was going down, I throwed up my hands. Lord, please, please take me on dry land. Now they carried me out the water, then they laid me across the bank. Now they carried me out of the water and they laid me across the bank. Now they carried me out of the water and they laid me across the bank. About a half a gallon of muddy water I had drank. Well, they dried me off and they laid me in the bed. Now they dried me off and they laid me in the bed. Now they dried me off and they laid me in the bed. Just like muddy water running through my head. Now my mother often taught me, quit playing a bum. Well, my mother often taught me, quit playing a bum. My mother often taught me, son, quit playing the bum. Go somewhere, settle down and find you someone. Now people standing on the bridge was a screaming and a crying. Well, the people on the bridge were screaming and a crying. Now the people on the bridge standing, screaming and a crying. Lord, for sure I thought I was dying. Well, I never will forget that floating bridge. Never will forget that floating bridge. I never will forget that old floating bridge. Tell me 5 minutes underwater I was here. Tell me 5 minutes underwater I was here.
And JC, send me a picture of you late, man. JC replays your show when he goes out fishing at 4:45 a.m. on the lake.
Really?
Yeah.
Thank you, Jason.
That's like a Lillian Hellman story or something.
It kind of is.
It kind of is, but with you in it though, instead of like not in it. Suzette, I have no idea how the tipping works. I think, David, is there a note up there that tells you how to send a tip?
If you scroll down on your screen, there should be some text, and it says, if you want to PayPal me, it's paypal.me/David Doucet 4, I think. I meant to make a sign, and I didn't do it today.
Oh yeah, that was Brooks's idea.
Yeah, Brooks had a great idea.
Brooks had such a great idea, and of course we didn't do it.
I thought about it all day long today. I actually did. I really thought about it.
That was we have a little chalkboard that we use to leave messages for each other.
I could actually do it.
So the place looks like Katrina.
You know.
We have this little chalkboard, and we were going to put the little instructions up there.
It's if you're inclined and you can't find it on that screen, it is.
If you're inclined, if you're lying on it.
You go to paypal.me/DF, like David Francis, Doucet, DOUCET, and it'll take you to PayPal.
Okay.
And if you go to Venmo, you go to @David DOUCET-4.
That's ridiculous.
Or you can send a check. I don't care.
No, you gotta use that downtown one, man. That one is just a dollar sign. Stash.
I like that one. That was pretty cool, man.
That's the way to go. Brooks, I can't believe that I cannot believe we forgot to make that ding dong sign, man. It's such a good idea.
Thinking about it too.
I didn't even. I completely slipped my mind. I've been playing with knee injuries this week, and I flat forgot about it. Anyway, more importantly, Suzette, thank you. And we'll try to get this a little bit more organized in week 70.
We're going to be here for a while, y'all.
Thank you, Suzette.
Well, it's always time for a Marty Robbins song, you know?
Yeah. But which one?
To the town of Aquafield rode a stranger one fine day. Hardly spoke to folks around him, he didn't have too much to say. No one dared to ask his business, no one dared to make a slip. The stranger there among them had a big iron on his hip. Big iron on his hip. It was early in the morning when he rode into the town. He came riding from the south side, slowly looking all around. He's an outlaw, loose and running, came a whisper from each lip, and he's here to do some business with a big iron on his hip. Big iron on his hip. In this town there lived an outlaw by the name of Texas Red. Many men had tried to take him, and that many men were dead. He was vicious and a killer, though a youth of 24, and the notches on his pistol numbered 1 to 19 more. 1 and 19 more. Now the stranger started talking, made it plain to folks around. He was an Arizona Ranger, he wouldn't be so long in town. He came here to take an outlaw back alive or maybe dead,
And he said that it didn't matter if he was after Texas Red. After Texas Red. Wasn't long before the story was relayed to Texas Red. But that outlaw, he didn't worry. Men that tried before were dead. 20 men had tried to take him, 20 men had made a slip. 21 would be the ranger with the big iron on his hip. Big iron on his hip. Well, the morning passed so quickly, it was time for them to meet. It was 20 past 11 when they walked out in the street. Folks were watching from the windows, everybody held their breath. They knew that handsome ranger was about to meet his death. About to meet his death. There was 40 feet between them when they stopped to make the play. And the swiftness of the ranger is still talking about today. Texas Red and not cleared leather for a bullet fairly ripped. And the ranger's aim was deadly with that big iron on his hip. Big iron on his hip. It was over in a moment, and the folks had gathered around. There before them lay the body of the outlaw on the ground. Oh, he might have went on living, but he made one fatal slip when he tried to match that ranger with that big iron on his hip. Big iron on his hip. Big iron, big iron. When he tried to match that ranger with that big iron on his hip. Big iron on his hip.
That was a good idea.
Yes.
I still think the cowboy songs. It's always a good time for cowboy songs, right? But I don't know if you have a whole. If you could just do them like from the beginning to the end.
I could.
You could.
I don't know
You know
of
that
them.
many of
Yeah,
them?
I know a lot of them.
Well, don't you think we should have a cowboy one pistol
cowboy.
pants Doucet? So far, one of my favorite comments today is I came for the tunes but stayed for David spelling out his PayPal address.
Yeah, it's so hard.
And also, just so you know, even though JC watches it twice, he doesn't tip you but once.
I know that, Jason. You're a great man. Should go get that Beausoleil hat over there and put it on. I realized that one of you also requested the cuckoo bird
Oh, yeah, that's right.
this week. Let's see if I can do that because I'm running out of time, but I can. I like doing requests. It's not often that I get them, so that's not true. I get them a lot, but it's not often I remember them all. I wrote them all down. There was probably about 8 or 10 of them. So
Yeah, it's really great to get them. We love seeing them throughout the week, and generally speaking, we're more, well, actually, we're not that organized. It's we try, but it's like forgetting Brooks's idea about the sign. Just
I thought about it all day.
what
I didn't want to interfere with the WWOZ thing. I was trying to figure out how to do it, but I'll figure I'll get it.
Susan requested. Susan, this is your day. You win the CD award. You get your requests. Oh my gosh, there's such good stuff going on here. And I love that picture of your little stream where you go walk your dog. I'd love to see that someday, but without the mosquitoes. I hate mosquitoes.
Play it low. It's called the cuckoo.
Gonna build me a log cabin on the mountain, so high, so as I can see my baby as she goes walking by. Oh, the cuckoo is a pretty bird. She wobbles as she flies, and you never hear a cuckoo till the 4th day of July. Oh, Jack a Diamond, oh, Jack a Diamond, I know you from old. You've robbed my poor pockets of my silver and of my gold. Oh, the cuckoo is a pretty bird. She wobbles as she flies, and you never hear a cuckoo till the 4th day of July. I play cards in Old England, and I have gambled over in Spain. I'm gonna bet you, oh, $10 that I'm gonna beat you next game. Oh, the cuckoo is a pretty bird. She wobbles as she flies, and you never hear a cuckoo till the 4th day of July. My little horses, they just ain't hungry, and they won't eat your hay. I'm gonna ride on just a little further, so's I can feed them on the way. Oh, the cuckoo is a pretty bird. She wobbles as she flies, and you never hear a cuckoo till the 4th day of July. Rye whiskey, oh, rye whiskey, I know you from old. You have robbed my of my silver and of my gold. Oh, the cuckoo is a pretty bird. She wobbles and she flies, and you never hear a cuckoo till the 4th day of July.
Oh, that's for you, Susan. It is your day.
That is such a great song. Charles, that is a Collins guitar from Austin, Texas. Named after the original guy who designed them. Bill Collins. He unfortunately has left us from a bout of, what was it? It was cancer, yeah? Terrible cancer.
Liver cancer.
And however, the company is in good shape with COVID, nobody really knows what's in good shape, but the company's in good hands with his really, really good friends. They've got a great website. It shows all the guys making guitars, and it's definitely worth visiting. They do tours when the world is healthy. There's tours. It's really, really cool. So Collins, Collins. Is it 2 L's?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is
And Susan, you're welcome.
Collins they make very good guitars. I have five or six of them plus a ukulele.
You're just babysitting those.
I'm just babies. It's true. You don't really own a guitar. A guitar owns you.
Yeah, dude. You'll be happy you did. And if the world ever returns to normal, it really is worth it to go over there and check it out. They're the nicest people you've ever met in your life, and they are superb craftspeople. And it's really interesting where all the wood comes from and the drying racks. And recently they started making electric guitars, which I never thought they'd do, but he finally found a thing he liked. And they're just amazing looking. The finishes on them are astonishing.
A beautiful machine.
Yeah, they really are. And the ukulele is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. David, you started playing it now. Your first guitar was a Yamaha, and then you had a Martin, right?
No.
No?
First guitar was a Yamaha FG140.
I did say Yamaha, right?
That's correct.
Okay.
Well, FG180, 140, 180, whatever. The second was an Alvarez K Yari.
Ah.
My brother and I, Michael was with me, and we bought it at Metairie Music, which was at the corner of, believe it or not, Bonnabelle and Vets. I never liked that guitar. It was a good sounding guitar. It was too fancy for me. It had a lot of mother of pearl on it, but it sounded pretty good. I played that guitar until 1977, Fest for Becky Smith, when a friend and I drove to Fort Worth.
This guy's best friend can't pronounce Fort Worth. He's just Fort Worth.
We drove to Fort Worth to Slim Ritchie's guitar shop. Slim has passed away since, and I bought a D28 there, and then had an HD28. Bought in like 1979 or 80, and
that's for Becky.
And then we moved up to 1987 or 86. I had a nice, the first hand-built Collins guitar was a D model made out of rosewood. That guitar was stolen in Tampa, Florida, and then I've had others made. And this one is a beautiful guitar, Charles. This is based on the original design of a Martin Dreadnought, the Ditson model D1. Is what it is. It's from 1930. And this is a replica. It's a mahogany guitar with a very wide neck and Adirondack spruce top, and it's got some other things that I like about it, but I love the slotted head because it looks old-timey. It only has 12 frets clear of the body, which makes it a little difficult to play way up here. But it doesn't sound good up there anyway.
Also, this is important. Smith has just crossed into Tennessee and has seen his first car on fire. For those of you who don't live in the South, you may not know that there is burning car season. And burning car season is always, it's a big day. So when you see your first burning car, you always have to announce it. So Smith, we have to send you a CD for announcing first. Have we seen our first burning car? We have, haven't we?
I've been out that much.
We don't go out so much anymore, except, yeah. So anyway, be careful out there. So Becky says that corner's probably got 3 Walgreens and a CVS now.
The School of Rock is where it is, if you look on Vets. Anyway,
What's the school?
I don't know, it's a place, it's next to Puglia's
Okay.
on Vets.
All right.
That's where I bought a guitar, believe it or
Oh,
not.
by the, okay. The sportsman place.
Yeah, exactly. Have you heard the news that's going round here? The man in charge, he's gotta go, 'cause he dances around the problem. Boy, ain't that the truth? The problem is the man in charge, you know. Now the young knows what I'm talking about. It's a con in the old man's game. The man in charge, he don't know what he's doing. He don't know the world has changed. The power seems to be so far up. The man on the street, he ain't got a clue. The high top cats running your life, they think the problem is me and you. Born in a time that has gone by, the old tell the young just what to do. Have you heard the news that's going round here? The problem is the man in charge of you. They say the problem is the man in charge of you. The problem seems to be so far up. The man on the street, he ain't got a clue. The high top cats are running your life. They think the problem is me and you. Have you heard the news that's going around here? The man in charge has gotta go, 'cause he dances around the problem, boy. The problem is the man in charge, you know. Have you heard the news that's going around here? The man in charge has gotta go. The man in charge has gotta go. The man in charge has gotta go. J.J. Cale there.
It's a J.J. Cale song. Always worth hearing, always worth doing.
Always.
Yeah.
Good tune. I want to thank all y'all for listening.
Let's see. First of all, please send in your requests during the week.
Yeah, send in your requests and all.
Yeah, I'll send you all some emails and stuff like that. I mean, or whatever we call it, instant messages or whatever. And we'll see if we can't get your stuff done. We would definitely, somehow or another, we're going to have a Jeff Prine.
Joe Prine. Joe Prine.
Jeff Prine. Lord, honey, where are you today?
John.
So there's that. We also want to remind everybody that today's show was dedicated to, yeah, he is actually. We used to get his tax returns, Susan. He was, at that point, he was out in Hawaii, and for some reason, they couldn't find him out there, so we did get JJ's tax returns. And very dutifully sent them onward to the record company. So requests. WWOZ, did you already thank them for the virtual?
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Let's see, what else? To all the fragile places on earth, Ireland to Hawaii, for all around the world. Good luck with this, J.J. Prine.
Yeah, you're right.
And y'all have a safe week, okay? JC, please send me pictures of the lake. Bye-bye. Thanks, JC. Okay, thanks.
It'll make you laugh.
I love these guys, man.
It's a mighty hard road that my poor hands have mowed. My poor feet have traveled a hot, dusty road. Out of your dust bowl and westward we rolled, and your deserts were hot, and your mountains were cold. I worked in your orchards of peaches and prunes. I slept on the ground in the light of the moon. On the edge of the city, you'll see us, and then we come with the dust and we go with the wind. California, Arizona, I harvest your crops. Well, it's north up to Oregon to gather up your hops. Dig the beets from your grounds, cut the grapes from your vine, to set on your table your light sparkling wine. Green pastures aplenty from dry desert ground, from the Grand Coulee Dam where the waters run down. Every state in the Union us migrants have been. We'll work in this fight and we'll fight till we win. It's always we ramble that river and I. All along your green valley I'll work till I die. My land I'll defend with my life if it be, 'cause my pastures of plenty must always be free. 'Cause my pastures of plenty must always be free.
Bonsoir,
Happy
y'all.
weekend, everybody.
Be
Bonsoir.
careful. Be safe. See y'all next Friday, 5 o'clock Central Time. Thank y'all. Send your requests. Yay.
But